Hey guys, Jasper here from the Blockers, and welcome to my, well, let's just call it the true console killer. Okay, so the reason why I call it the true console killer is because my last kind of console killer PC wasn't exactly a console killer. Sure, it performed better, but it didn't, it wasn't the same price as consoles, because consoles, I think this happened a while ago, but their price dropped to like 350. And so this is a console killer. It's $350. And just by the way, I haven't been posting videos recently. You might have noticed that. Been upgrading my system. I got an SSD. It's an OCZ Arc 100. It's been working well for 2 whole days, so I hope that works out. And yeah, why don't we get right into the build? Alright, so starting out with the processor, we have the AMD Athlon X4860K 3.7 GHz quad-core processor. I believe I had this in my top 5 CPUs for gaming under $300. Forgot what it was called. Anyway, this is a quad-core processor for only about $70, and it's like, it's going to handle most graphics cards as long as you're not going for anything too extreme or too high-end. This is kind of it's a good quad-core for some lower-end graphics cards, and so it should work in our rig fine. Yeah, why don't we move on to the motherboard? Alright, so for the motherboard, we have the Gigabyte GA F2A88XM-D3H Micro ATX FM2 Plus motherboard. It's basically a $50 motherboard, and it's going to get the job done. There's nothing so special about it. It's gonna work, and yeah, and it's just cheap, and it works in this build. So yeah, why don't we move on to the memory? Alright, so the memory. DDR3 prices have been going down like a lot. Like what used to be $40 to $50 maybe like a month or two ago is like $30 right now, and that's awesome. And so for this rig, we have 2 4-gig sticks of G.Skill Ripjaws X 8GB DDR3 1866 megahertz memory, and all this it's only $30. $30 for 1866 megahertz memory, DDR3 8 gigs, and that's 2 4GB sticks. Normally that's more expensive, and this is a great deal for memory. Alright, let's move on to the storage. Alright, so yeah, I just chose a hard drive for this rig, just like I normally do. I know that a lot of you, including me now, are going to be used to the lightning fast, boot times and stuff of SSDs, but you don't really need that. Like, I didn't die when I used to use a hard drive for everything. It was the Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB, and that's the exact same hard drive that I'm putting in this rig. It's reliable, it's pretty fast for a hard drive, and yeah, it'll get the job done. And it's got 1TB of storage, so you can store your, Steam library on it. Yeah, I don't have a 1TB Steam library. Other people might, though. Anyway, yeah, those people who don't use Origin and just use Steam for everything. Like, not me. Anyway, this is $50, and it kind of, goes between 50, 54, maybe down to like 46 or something, kind of in that range. And this is a great, oh my gosh, I was about to say graphics card. This is a great hard drive for pretty much everything. Alright, let's move on to the graphics card. Alright, so moving on to the graphics card. For the graphics card, I put in the PowerColor Radeon R7 370 2GB video card. This is a decent video card for gaming, and it'll basically match or outperform the graphics on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. So it kind of makes the PC perfect as a console killer. And so this is a solid card for around $120. It's normally $135, but there is a $20 mail-in rebate, which brings it down to $115, but then plus shipping, it's about $120. Alright, so why don't we move on to the case. Alright, so for the case, we have the Azza Cosmos ATX mid-tower case for $20. This is a really cheap case. I looked at the reviews. The reviews aren't that great, but it looks fine. I mean, the case isn't too important as long as it fits everything inside it. And it has a side window. It looks okay. Like, kind of aesthetically, it works, but yeah, it's just a cheap case. And for a budget end build, you shouldn't really try to get anything better. Alright, let's move on to the power supply. For the power supply, I chose the EVGA 430 watt 80 plus certified ATX power supply. This isn't a special power supply. It's not 80 plus with bronze, gold, platinum, any of that. You know, it's just 80 plus certified. Nothing fancy. EVGA is a solid power supply manufacturer, and so this should work. And it should suit your needs, 430 watts. So, yeah, that's it for the build. Comment below or leave a like if you want to see an AMD versus Nvidia video. Sorry about the absence of videos. I'll try to get the amount of videos I post up, but until next time, see ya.